Hello. I'm not going to be paying any more lip service to the judge commentary. I'm literally going to be ignoring it from now on and just carrying on through the Let's Play. I wasn't reading it out in the first place, so it seems pointless me continuing just to scroll through the text. It just seems a pointless waste of time. When I can just carry on and play through the stages and just get my commentary out, which is what you're here for. Obviously, Rowan Rifrill's playthrough is reading out the judge commentary, so you can check out his videos if you want to see the videos on the judge commentary. I will not be doing that. So, and he's doing it in a good fashion. So yeah, we will carry on with SMB3. Hello, welcome back to the MegaLondo 2 Let's Play one of the judges. It's me, hi! Carry on, we are going through tier 3, which is probably one of the least playable tiers in the game, let's be honest. And yeah, as usual, I haven't had much time to record, but I am going to be trying out a new recording setup, a new recording place to record. More privacy, more everything else like that, and hopefully this will make a big difference, and maybe I can get videos out at the same regular pace. Who knows? Anywho, carrying on. We are 65th place with Lizard Commando's Super Mario Bros. 3, spoiling what it is, but it's a fairly obvious acronym, so... Score 21.4, 24, 24, 16, 25, 18. As said, I will not be reading that, looking at the judge comments from this point on. I will be looking at the scores, but not judge comments, since Rowan Rifrill is doing that by himself, and he might as well just carry on doing that, and I wasn't reading them out loud to begin with, so... Let's go! Oh boy, it's a skip teleporter. So this level does one thing in particular really, really badly. And that's the sheer number of enemies it throws at you. And the types of enemies it throws at you. We're talking Sniper Joes, Hammer Joes, all placed in such a way that are just infuriating. And also, the best way to get through that screen is just to run for it. However, when a stage actually spends its time and takes its time, it's not too bad. Like, the cave segment here, it's fine. Because there isn't a bazillion and one enemies hounding you every moment of every day. And honestly, if it had been like more like this sort of pace, that would have fared much better. Because the reskin enemies are kind of fun. They're cute. However, we don't have time to stop and smell the roses. As you saw in that first screen, it got really crowded really quickly. Attack Battalion, be on the front lines fighting swarms of bad guys. Keep running and watch out for missiles. Yep. So, again, that first screen was horrid. This next bit is equally as bad. As now we get introduced to the Super Mario Bros. 3 tank auto-scroll segment. Where, because of the sheer amount of enemies, if you sort of miss one, you're kind of screwed. You gotta stop to take care of an enemy. I swear that didn't hit me, but never mind. You don't have time to clear out the enemies. So you sort of keep ahead of the auto scroll. There's some positives here. I mean, the Picket Men replacements have less health, which is good. The Hammer Joe replacements do not. Which isn't good. So I'm doing alright here, because I'm just about keeping ahead of the enemy barrage. But, yeah. But this isn't the... Of the two paths, this is the better one to go for, as it's less spammy overall. And isn't that bad? Honestly, I didn't initially vote this to be a skip stage, but GP Hornet, one of the other judges, convinced me otherwise to make it vote for a skip. So, I do agree with it. I do agree with the skip. It's just probably isn't. It's one of the better skip stages, as it were, but still not great. And going in with practice is a lot better than going in blind. Going in blind is horrific. Anyway, we've got a boss. Yes, we actually have a boss. Bowser. Who else? Bowser isn't too difficult. If you can... if he decides to jump around like an idiot, which he's doing right now. But if you can dodge the fireballs, like I am doing here, it isn't too bad. Of course, dodging the fireballs is easier said than done sometimes. But honestly, Bowser isn't that hard, which is good. After the stage, which stage is quite hard, Bowser is... It's nice to have a fairly easy boss. So we're not quite done with the stage. That was the easier of the two routes. Now we can carry on, because we've got the NG element, there's only one. But for completeness sake, I'm going to go through the other path as well, and this is where it gets really painful. Back in a mo. I swear I do worse at that opening segment every single time I play it. Anyhow, airship fleet. High flying action, look out for flying bad guys and be careful with your jumps. Yeah, we've got to do this, but it's an airship segment, so we've got pits. Lots of lovely pits to deal with. Wow. There's a checkpoint there. Good going, Ace. Anyway, you've got this segment, which honestly is pretty horrific. Have I already screwed up? No, I'll probably recover. Essentially, if you slow down, if you miss an enemy, if you don't kill an enemy, you get overwhelmed and you simply cannot recover. It's a constant race between you and your enemies, jumping off to your death. Okay, you don't really get much time to recover if you screw up, which is the big issue at this stage. You screw up, you fail to shoot an enemy, you miss your charge shots, it's very difficult to recover. It's like very little room for error here. And you just get overwhelmed, and of course there's Apache Joes, always Apache Joes. Like here, that's an example of what I mean. I missed a charged shot, and I died because of it. There again. Well, that's fair enough. But still. So here, there is just... Here we go. I think I made it. So there's no time to stop to take in your surroundings, to learn the enemy layouts. You've just got to sort of hope and guess. And that's not good. So yeah, the airship section is just horrendous. Now, true, you can skip it. You don't have to even use the skip teleporter to skip it. But it's still pretty bad. And I don't think the tank segment is that much better. At least the tank segment doesn't have instant death pits, which is what it has going for it. The level is still enemy spam up the wazoo. And that's why I got the skip. So, back in a moment. One of the other issues with this level is it just sort of forgets the Mario theme partway through and just introduces Mega Man enemies. Which honestly is kind of lazy. So yeah. Ultimately, the devil got a skip. Two odd judges voted on it to get a skip, it got a skip. Carrying onwards. Buster Rod G. They didn't allow returning monkeys into the festival. Us monkeys never get any love. Another day mining out tunnels for the festival? Wait, what are these tunnels even for anyways? To the left is a minigame. I'll quickly show that. This jewel, well, talk to Jewel Man first, who will explain it. You can shoot this jewel to make it bounce upwards. If you keep it in the air for long enough, you might be rewarded for your efforts. You want to come back to this once you've got one of the Buster upgrades. Specifically the one where you can just shoot more than 3 bullets. Anyway, next up is 64th place Lambda, who has fallen quite a bit compared to MegaLondo 1. With MegaLondo, scored 22.4, 27, 26, 18, 20, 21. And my issue with this stage is twofold. Oh boy, skip teleporter. So the issues with this stage are twofold. Number one, instant death everywhere. That in and of itself is not a deal breaker. However, what is a deal breaker is issue number 2. Checkpoints or lack thereof. There's simply one checkpoint in the stage. And that frankly is not enough. Not when you can die so easily. And that is why the stage got a skip teleporter. It becomes tedious and annoying as you keep dying. So I didn't die that often during judging, like, ow, like barely at all, but I did die enough to notice the checkpoint issue. There are simply spots where you think, oh, that looks like a checkpoint room, it just simply isn't. So anyway, this stage is supposed to be a Dark Souls themed stage. On the other hand, it also uses Castlevania graphics. Which is... yeah. So the Dark Souls reference went straight over my head. Even the music's got this like Konami quality to it. But I do know it is theme music from Dark Souls itself. I have looked that up. As you've seen by the introduction to this video, in fact. Fun fact, there is in fact a unused Dracula boss in the code for this level. So it did start out Castlevania themed, thanks to graphics. Whoop. Whoop. There we go. Here's a checkpoint. Here's the only checkpoint in this stage. You better believe there's a lot more instant death coming up. So if you die in this stage, you do get a delightful "you died" message, which is supposed to be furthering the Dark Souls reference, but frankly, so many games do that. it's not exactly a, oh, that's Dark Souls, immediately. So, I mean, Resident Evil did that, and that's like donkey's years old. Hell, I think House of the Dead did that. So you can forgive me for just seeing it as a generic horror trope. Now here we get Wingman platforms, which have been a bit finicky in the past. Okay. Ow. Faceplant straight into a telly. Stop here because there's a crazy cannon. Positioned just so to hit you off the ladder. It's always fun. This bit I like. This bit with the pole legs. Underneath these pole legs there are spikes. There are things like that. You can shoot out that enemy from below. That's neat. So yeah, I like this room. This room's quite good. And individually, I do actually quite like the rooms. It's just altogether, it just gets very tedious when you start dying to it. As I said, I didn't die that often in the actual judging, but just enough. Enough that I say, no, this room sends you back to that one checkpoint. However, there we go, MegaLondo, done. It's not that hard when you get used to it, but my god, it's frustrating the first few times. And even dying just a couple of times, you just sort of go, why? So yeah, individually the rooms in this day and age aren't that bad. And I think just one more checkpoint would have shot this level up a few tiers, in my humble opinion. Because it's stressful, it's not fun, it's overly finicky, but just a couple more checkpoints, a couple more safety nets, and it would have been, you know what, this is a fun stage. It's tense, it's rewarding, but no, it goes from being tense and rewarding to frustrating at the drop of a hat. And it's really finicky, so I don't think it would have got that high in the contest with more checkpoints, but it certainly would have placed a lot higher. Now, in Lambert's defense, he said he got really rushed, mailed in the level, so he didn't get anyone to test it. And that's a thing to note. If you're going to submit to a level design contest, get people to test your levels. Honest. That will solve 99% of your problems if you get someone else to test your level. Just get a couple of people, test your level, listen to their feedback, make some changes, you've solved, what, 80% of your problems. So yeah, still 2 stages down, that's not too bad. I hope you've enjoyed this video series so far. Hopefully I can get into a better groove. I am using a new microphone, by the way, so let me know if the voice quality is okay. And I shall catch you guys later.